She is recording now.
Sorry.
Hi.
Wait, what?
Okay.
All right. This is, first of all, a podcast by FTC Team 7802 Challenge Accepted. Now, we are obviously FTC Team 7802 Challenge Accepted. This is our 8th year. We have 10 team members. We started back in Block Party, which was about 2013 to 2014. We for the 2020 game, which was Skystone, we actually won the Inspire Award at the state competition, and we advanced to the world competition, which, due to the coronavirus, was canceled. Sad day. So we were all obviously disappointed about this, but we just kept on working and adapting to the same kinds of drastic changes of plans and methods many industries and businesses has faced. So now for
Adam is gone.
Adam. All right. So I guess I'm talking about the format.
All right.
Nice. Okay. So for the format for our podcast, we are going to they will be on every every last Saturday of the month. I know that's not worded right, but the
last Saturday of the month is our upload day.
What she said. All right. First we'll maintain a topic. Then we'll go into some first history or cool things, which is actually one of the cool things about this is coffee beans is not allowed on robots, which we are going to get into in this episode. Crazy, later. Right?
That means you have to watch it. You have to. You have to now.
Like, you have to. It's impossible not to.
How can you hear that we can't have coffee beans on a robot and be like,
yeah, I mean, like, you have to hear that, or else you're just like, you're not gonna
drop dead. You will literally drop dead.
You will drop so far to the ground that you would drop far to the ground. We will give you an update of our robot and a team shout out. So that team shout out would be just whatever team we thought was
just,
I guess,
we thought was cool,
doing good this season or last season.
Yeah. Just anything that we notice about a team that's cool, we're probably going to talk about it.
Yes. And okay, if you want us to look at a team specifically, just send it to our Facebook and Messenger. Just send it to our Facebook
or Instagram
or Twitter
or TikTok.
Or
literally,
really, we have it all. Okay, we're just that amazing.
We
have it all.
It all here at Challenge Accepted.
Yes, we have it all in Challenge Accepted. So we'll give the update of the robot, basically just giving what our progress is in that moment in time, We would be asking for your comments and questions, and we will answer questions you ask. So we would ask questions in the video, or we would. Okay, I'm sorry. That was not worded.
Not only are we taking questions, but we will also ask you guys questions because we want you to know that we are trying our hardest to communicate with you.
Yes, and please ask us questions because
we
love answering. And we will probably answer those questions in the next podcast. So be sure to comment on the video or message us on Facebook or Twitter or TikTok or Instagram or whatever else we have.
just talk to us, please.
Yeah, talk, please. We're lonely. We are so lonely. Yeah. We need friends.
It's a rough time right now.
Stuck in our houses and all right. So now we're going to give a team shout out.
All right. So this month's team shout out is to 16489 Virtual North. We met Virtual North last season, the Skystone season. We met with them a few times, ran a few practice runs, which they showed great determination from. And they just meshed together so well. And last year, despite literally being a rookie team, they were able to make it to the state championship, and they worked. They, I was so proud. They did so good. And then also one meeting in specific that we did with them. So they hadn't really practiced their judges presentation like at all at the time. So we gave them ours. We basically presented as we would to a judge. And they were like, oh, that's cool. And they stepped outside for like 15 minutes, if that, and came back in and had such a well thought out presentation. I was shocked. They did so good. It was literally their first time presenting as if they were in a judges meeting. I
Yeah,
was
it was great.
It
It
was
was great.
awesome.
I think their
Oh,
name for their robot was it
Dwight. It was
Dwayne?
Dwight.
Dwight,
It was
not
Dwight from
Dwayne.
The
Dwight.
Office.
Dwight
Yeah.
from The
They were
Office.
so, because after we were like, this is our robot, what's Wilson? They were like, oh, you can name your robot? And we were like, heck yeah. And so they had a name by the time that they came back in. And I think that they named
Their team
uh
marker.
their team marker. I forgot their team marker's name.
I can't remember that. Um, I
But
guess
basically,
I guess I could go into Adam's part of first history about the coffee beans.
the
So this
Kathy beans.
Yeah, the coffee beans. So if you don't know, coffee beans are not allowed on your robot, which kind of makes sense, but also it says specifically in the game manual there's
No coffee
no
beans.
coffee beans
No.
that are meant to be on the robot. So it says in first game manual, the rule, I think it's 7.3.1H,
Yeah, I think so.
which is incorporated in the 2013 to 2014 block party season.
That's the year that we started. Maybe we cursed it.
You know, maybe we did. I mean, you never
We
know.
cursed first, guys.
Don't say that. Oh my gosh. Now they are gonna blame us.
We want energized fields, but because of you.
Yes, energized fields needs to happen. It started. It stated that materials that would cause a delay of game if released are not allowed. Examples: loose ball bearings, coffee beans, etc. So the fact that they just use loose ball bearings, coffee beans, etc.
Exactly. Like so casually. No loose ball bearings, no coffee beans. Like, girl, coffee beans? Who did what? And actually we know who did what.
Yeah. So the rule was incorporated because Team 4096 was going to use the design that was made by engineers at Cornell University. The design was coffee grounds in a balloon that formed around an object to pick it up, which is okay. Honestly, I love that idea, but since it's a balloon, it's like super easily broken or burst. So if anything came in contact with that balloon, or if it was squeezed too hard, that would have not been good for the people on the field because they would have been
Or
cleaning
the
up
field
their coffee.
itself.
Yeah, I
Or
mean,
the robot.
or the
Or like
robot,
literally
or
anything that had to do with the situation.
nothing good comes from a balloon bursting full of coffee beans. or coffee grounds. Coffee grounds. My
Coffee
bad. Guys.
grounds.
My
Yeah.
bad.
That's
Coffee
even
grounds.
worse because they're
That's
like,
even worse. It's like dirt.
yeah, it's like dirt.
It's basically dirt. Not really. I'm not making fun of people who drink coffee.
I drink coffee.
I don't like coffee personally, but you know.
We're not even going to get into that because that would take too long.
So we have questions of the month. So
Hey, yeah. So our question to you guys is, how are you doing with COVID-19? Like, okay, how is your team doing with COVID-19, dealing with COVID-19 restrictions? There we go. How is your team? Okay, Again, word salad. My brain is going 2,000 miles per hour and my mouth is not. How are your guys' teams doing dealing with COVID-19 restrictions in your
I know
area? There we
our
go.
team is it definitely changed because COVID-19, it didn't just change the team, but it changed the schedule of pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
Anything. So, I know for some of the grocery stores, it changed the hours from like 6 to 10 to 8 to 8. And it was kind of crazy. And then schools, they cut back, and it just changed literally everything. And then one of our team members is actually going to graduate out this year. So she has a job, and she's in band, she's in soccer. Yeah, like she has a lot, guys. Okay, and she's trying to get all her credits in, and she just cannot come to as many meetings as she did last year. So she's kind of struggling with trying to get to the meetings. And when she's at a meeting, she's like, "Let's pop off, bro. Let's pop off. Let's get stuff done." Okay. Um, so that's how our team is dealing with COVID-19. But you guys, we want to hear from you guys, see
We
how you
want
guys deal with this.
communication.
Yes, exactly. Uh, Obviously, we're doing this over Zoom, so it's this is how we're dealing with
Yeah.
COVID-19 for our podcast.
Hopefully next month our episode will be filmed at our shop. Hopefully.
Hopefully,
Maybe. All
maybe.
right. So we did not get a question from you guys. Bad. Bad. We want questions. So we made one for ourselves, which is actually what are common questions to expect in a judge's interview? Okay. We are a team that works with 3D printing a lot. So if you work with 3D printing, expect like literally almost all of your questions to be about 3D printing.
If you have like one part on your robot, they'll be like, "Oh, what's that? What's that? Oh, how'd you make it?
That
Oh."
will be basically all that they are interested in.
Yeah, it's like, okay, we had singular parts, not talking about the quantity of them, but probably one, two, three, four, five, probably around 6 components of our robot that was 3D printed, and we had at least 2 of each of these. And so our whole robot was kind of covered with 3D printed parts. So I think it was our first interview. They asked questions all about 3D printing. I don't think there was
Like
really
that's
anything else.
yeah, I think that 3D printing was probably the only thing that we really talked about and went in on
Yeah.
that 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 interview. But yeah, just be prepared for that if you have any type of 3D printed object on your robot.
Yeah, and I think you need to be really good at directing, like when you're answering a question, you need to be good at directing that question. Not it's answering the question, but kind of directing the question to another question that's kind of off that topic if you think
Yeah,
they're asking too many questions about that. Because we weren't used to them asking about just one thing. Usually there's multiple, but
so
they
yeah, we
asked
had
just
to.
about 3D printing. And I feel like if we tried to segue to more questions, that would go a lot smoother.
Right. All right. What about you? You got a question? Hmm?
I mean, basically just gracious professionalism. It You basically need to know what it means to you.
You have to have
Almost
your own
all
like
judges
definition.
need not need basically all judges ask, all right, what does gracious professionalism mean to you? You can show it, but I think if you don't know what gracious professionalism is or what it means to you, it just
It doesn't
loses
reflect.
that enthusiasm.
Right.
I don't know how to explain it, but
I
you
get
need
what
to
you're
know
trying to
that.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about the robot update? Have we already
Ah,
gone through that?
no, I don't think that we have.
All right.
But we can. We can now. Wilson 3 is amazing. It's
Dog,
programmed. It's
dog.
no, I'm kidding. Absolutely. No. none of that is happening because we are currently still in the prototyping stage, which actually is going pretty good, but we do need to hurry up with it.
Yeah,
Right now we
a little
have
bit.
just a little bit. We have a wooden cowl, which is like 13 inches long, and a cowl is basically like something that has a little curve in it to help. I don't know how to explain it, but it's this little wooden thing, and it's got a curvy curve right there to help direct the onion ring. To help direct the ring. That's what we call it.
Yeah,
Here
we
at
call it
Challenge
onion
Accepted.
rings, okay? Because
We're
they
just
look
cool like
like
that.
onion rings.
Yeah.
Now, this is our shooter. Just saying, this is
our shooter.
And it's powered by 2 wheels, and then the cowl goes around that last wheel, so the cowl guides the ring to shoot.
Yeah. And so far, it's actually pretty consistent, which is surprising.
Yeah, we actually we created like I think it was 3 different we created 3 different shooters, and we kind of tested out a few of them, and we've actually Robot in 3 days, they did one, and we thought their example wasn't as consistent as we'd had hoped, so we decided to go with something different. We tested it out for ourselves, and we thought, okay, this is not as consistent as we would like, so we tried out another one, and it seems like the curved cowl thing, I think that's our best shot at this, but it just so happens that it's probably
huge.
The hardest thing to put on our robot.
Yeah. That's what we're currently struggling with, and yeah, we don't really know how we're gonna put it on. How about CAD? How's CAD going?
So right now I'm designing the intake, but I'm kind of in the first stage of it. I'm trying to figure out all the dimensions of what everything needs to be and where it needs to be, all that, how long it needs to be, everything. So I don't really have a huge prototype for this, but basically just a pasta roller. If you think about it like that, you just intake the rings from the ground, and there we go. Trying to keep it in the robot.
So yeah, we don't have as much done as we'd like, but if you want to hear how much progress we get done this month, you could always I don't know, watch our next episode.
I think that's a
pretty good idea.
That's a great idea.
Come on, guys. We're lonely again.
Again, reach out to us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, anything basically.
Also,
on our YouTube. Just subscribe, hit the bell, hit the
comment, like, and subscribe, guys.
Yes, comment, like, subscribe. Until next month, be sure to maintain your greatest professionalism, and
I hope
all the teams.
Yeah, I hope you all are just as pumped as we are about the season, because oh my goodness, I'm extremely excited. Curious about how it's going to work out, but also extremely excited.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully, you guys better be there.
You better be there. I'm going to be so disappointed if you're not there. Come on, don't disappoint me. Literally.